I guess that's a good segue. I guess it does.
Yeah, good little segue through now.
Good segue through.
Speaking of Tottenham.
Yeah. Right, we got the win today. Finally, 9 years for some reason we ain't been able to go White Hart Lane.
Whatever it's called, bro.
The Tottenham Hotspur Stadium,
McDonald's Stadium or something.
McDonald's Stadium,
Bowl Stadium, bro.
the NFL Stadium.
Yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, AJ fights there, innit?
Amazon Stadium, Andy Joshua Stadium, whatever, man.
Yeah, 2-0 Arsenal today. I can't lie, we're so good, man.
Yeah,
we are, bro.
Cold.
I'm watching these get out of gear in that game.
Yeah,
sorry,
we didn't even get out of gear, and there's like we're like choreographed. There's certain times Ben White gets the ball, Saka in front of him. Saka does that thing where he comes inside, gets the ball, then Odegaard gets it, and it's like when we lose the ball, it's like we're gonna get it back.
I mean, you've also got the players where you can, like, in the second half, you can sit deep and you can contain pressure. You've got physical beasts in Saliba, Gabriel, Xhaka. Ramsdale's proven that he can step up and be a leader as well as a great shot stopper. Yeah. I mean, I'm impressed with him. You've got everyone's press resistant.
Yeah.
Which helps because it gets you out of holes, man. Like, I'm seeing Zinchenko receive the ball. He's got 3 men around him and he's dropping a shoulder and playing it with his right foot through to Partey. And then, I think you've got that perfect balance of youth, experience, good technical players, but also good physical players as well. And I think you guys are going from strength to strength. That, in terms of an away performance, I don't think you'll see a better away performance in the league this season.
Yeah, that first half in particular, like, unbelievable. The first 5 minutes, it was like, how derbies start, like both teams up for it, just seeing each other out, and then we got through that, and yeah, it could have been 3 or 4. Partey, oh my days, if he scored that goal,
first goal kind of ruined the game a little bit, I think, because I think Spurs were round after that, and Lloris you can't do that in any game, let alone a derby game against the best team in the league. You just can't. Like, you've got to deal with it. You've got, like, even if you slap it out for a corner and it doesn't look convincing, you've done fine to keep it out of the goal. That's your job, bruv. Like, you're a World Cup winner. You're an experienced goalkeeper. I don't care how old you are or how young you are or what level of experience you are. You deal with it, man. You deal with it, whether there's a tiny deflection or not. It's really poor.
It's harder to do what he did than to. It would have been easier to just save it. I don't know how. I genuinely think I would have put me in goal there, and it's not going in.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
And I'm terrible in goal.
It was good height for him. I know they took a deflection, but your reflexes as a goalie are meant to be elite.
There wasn't even that much power.
It wasn't even a hard shot. It took a slight deflection, no power on it. It's going away from the goal, and he's managed to palm it into the goal behind him.
I don't know what he's doing, bro.
How has he done that? Yeah, like you say, it's harder to get that in the goal than it was to save it. And again, you're in a derby game. It's early doors as well. You just got to get them, see them out, get the corners, play transition, and maybe get a counter attack.
I'll be honest, I'm sick of bozo keepers, bro. I'm absolutely sick to death of them, bro.
You were saying about De Gea.
They piss me off, bro.
These old-fashioned keepers can't really pass with their feet.
Yeah.
They got a near putters problem. They got a parrying problem. They've always got one little.
But then they'll do something that they're fat. Like they'll make 3 saves in a row that are incredible, and everyone on Twitter will be like, "Oh, this is the one you can't drop him," and stuff like that. It's like, bro, if you don't come and catch the ball, like Lloris and De Gea, neither of them catch the ball. Neither of them are great when the ball comes at their feet. Yeah. Neither of them are commanding. Neither of them shout at the defenders. And both of them look fucking tiny in the goal. Yeah. Even though they're both like 6'3".
Yeah, we're 6'3" or something.
Like they're the 2 smallest 6'3" guys I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Honestly, I mean, we should have done better on corners today because we could have got a lot more joy there, I think. Lloris is... He's an issue for Spurs. They need to... And I've been a big Lloris fan, to be fair. We did the combined 11. I was singing his praises quite a bit. But nah, they need... let's even go through their transfer window they had, right? Because people were telling me this was the window of the summer, right? They signed Bissouma, Fraser Forster, Perisic, Richarlison, and Jed Spence. Where's Jed Spence? Where is Jed Spence? But like...
Should have stayed at Forest, bro.
Yeah, Richard Arlison, man. What a guy.
Yeah.
Richarlison. I think should be getting minutes.
He should be getting minutes.
Because Son is stinking the place out, man.
Bro.
Like,
Son's just a shortened version of Richarlison anyway, so just add the extra letters on the beginning, bro. Like Richarlison, he should. he literally came on and he showed more today in 15 minutes Even just like, as Roy Keane says, just kick someone, make me feel better. Yeah. He was doing that, bro. You need that in a derby, man. Like, you need, when it's not going well for you need someone to just come in and rustle a few feathers. And the thing is with Richarlison that I don't think Son's had this year is he's always like he's always a threat or he's always a nuisance or something like that. And I know this is what people say like about Nunez and stuff like, oh, he's a handful and stuff like that. But bro, like what they were having on that pitch just isn't working. Like Son doesn't think he's a winger anymore. Kulusevski isn't really a winger. He's like a hybrid 10/winger. Like there's no one in that team who's direct. This whole wing back thing is done. It's 2023. Like allow it.
And they've got dead wing backs as well.
Yeah,
man.
they do.
Like Sessegnon and was it Doherty today?
Doherty,
wing backs.
Might as well stick a plank of wood on the field, bro.
Yeah, dead wing backs, 3 centre backs, Dyer, Romero. Can't lie, Romero overrated. Might be the most overrated CB, man.
I agree.
Like
should have been sent off 4 times today, bro.
Yeah, what's he doing?
Yeah, he should have been sent off. Like, okay, cool. He makes slide tackles and
he's a passion merchant.
He's a passion
bro.
merchant.
He's Marcus Rojo. That's what he is.
Yeah.
Like
literally. Nah, then the Spurs stink, man. They actually stunk for a while. I don't know what Son's thinking. He thinks that no masked Kane was like the ultimate Kane. He's got the mask on and now he's gone down. He's
he's taking the mask off.
You ain't that guy, pal. You ain't that guy.
You're not that guy, man. Trust me.
You're not future, bro. Like,
literally. Like, get that mask off, man. 100%. It's weird because I don't know why people went into this game thinking that Spurs had a chance. It is so clear and obvious, man. It is so clear. The level between Arsenal, the gap between Arsenal and Spurs right now, I think you used to go into derby games thinking, do you know what? This could be a very, very good game. It could be either way. 2-2 is a lot of draws in that as well. But now I go into a derby game, home or away for Arsenal, just think, right, they're winning. Like, what's even the point? Why are you betting on anything else? Because it's clear. It is so clear. The football you play, Partey's unbelievable for you. It's annoying.
My bad, man.
No, Partey's unbelievable for you. Odegaard's his freedom. He's just chilling. Saka had Sessegnon on ropes today.
Yeah,
man.
Saka has everyone on ropes.
I used to think Saka was a bit meaty, and I still sort of do.
Nah, he's the best right winger in the league.
Nah, he's not. He's not.
He's the best right winger.
He might be the best right winger in the world. I'm not gonna lie. Like that might be
man. He's just playing in a good team. I think.
No,
he's not.
Bro. You saw it for England as well, bro.
So good.
You saw it for England as well.
Man, he's a bit overrated. I think Saka's a little bit overrated.
That's horror take.
Nah, he's a little bit overrated. I think.
No.
You think Salah's the best? Yeah.
I think in terms of how long Saka's been doing it for, he's having a good season, don't get me wrong, but he doesn't look unplayable. Like, I reckon,
I know what you mean.
I think there's players that are technically better than Saka. He's not as direct as I think he can be in certain times. He doesn't look like he doesn't instill fear into me. When I watch him, I don't think he really shows that. I think he's in just a good system that works for him, like Salah was at that time in that Liverpool team. Sterling in that Man City team was in a good system that made them look better.
I disagree though, because when Saka was playing for England, like France couldn't handle him. They were having to kick the shit out of him to deal with him. I genuinely think every single game he plays, he's causing left back problems. I don't think anyone in the world wants to play him. I think he can go outside on his right, he can come inside on his left, he can shoot, he can cross a ball, he can dribble, he's great at link up play, he's got them mechanisms that Ten Hag goes on about. You know, he's just got everything. I genuinely think he's so elite. I think he's England's best talent by a country mile. I think
that's crazy, bro.
No, he is. Foden's nowhere near this guy's level.
Foden's not better than Saka. It's actually time we
of course. He's nowhere near. Foden, don't get me wrong, they're very different players, but Foden is nowhere near anything near the top for England. I think in terms of what he does, he's just in the Man City team. Like, I think a lot of people look very good in the Man City team, and they have for a long while. And that's what Man City have always been about, making players like I said, Sterling, for instance, made them look a lot better than they actually were. Jesus, again, he hasn't really played this year, or as much as he could have done.
Yeah,
but you know, he made them players like him look shit in a fucking Man City team. But now they're looking at him a lot better. But I just don't rate Saka, man. I rate him. I think he's good, but I don't rate him as highly as I think he's put on a bit of a pedestal just because they're top of the league. Yeah. I think if this was Saka last year, the team wasn't doing so well, Saka would be exposed.
No.
I think he would.
Dodzi can back this with me.
I'm saying it right now.
Arsenal fan. Yeah. I've always remained consistent with Saka. Even when Arsenal were in 7th, I've always said this guy, like, I would. If I'm Arsenal, I'm not accepting 150 million for him. Yeah. I'm not. Like, he is.
His IQ, bro.
His IQ is ridiculous. I think. This is going to sound crazy, but he's the closest thing England have ever produced to someone like Messi.
He is.
He'll never be that level, of course, but no. But in terms of the dribbling,
like the play styles are very they're similar. Like Messi's a world above.
Of course, Messi's a world above anyone.
Saka, don't get twisted.
Anyone.
But the way they get it on the right, hold off the guy, link up play, just creativity, scoring. He is, man. Like, in terms of style of play, stylistically,
Messi in the same sentence.
In terms of style of play, they're both left-footed. They're both strong as hell, despite being small in stature. They can both go on their right foot, go left foot. La Porza. They can both link up play. They both understand the runs the right back makes. Look at the relationship Messi had with Dani Alves. Look at the relationship Saka now has with Ben White. I know it's in a different scale, all in all, but in terms of the mechanisms of Salah's IQ is ridiculous, bro. Like the other day against Newcastle, like Dan Burns, no mug. Like he's a good Premier League player, as he's proven this season. He could not deal with Saka. Theo Hernandez, probably the best left back in the world.
What was the score in that game?
In what?
In Newcastle Arsenal.
You don't have to score. You don't have to score to have an impact on a game. You don't have to score.
He's not putting up mad numbers, which again isn't always a metric of how good a player is.
He is this year.
He's not unbelievable numbers.
No, it's not Messi numbers.
For what you're saying, he should be putting up more than what he does. In that team, with the skill that he's got, you're claiming he's got the ability to do what he's got, because that team is the top of the league.
But he's not.
They're clearly the best team. He's got everything around him to be the best he possibly can be, and to me, he just doesn't show enough. Like he doesn't excite me. He doesn't make me think, oh right,
he's not like.
I watch him. I just think I'm just a bit like. I feel like he's a good player, but I think he's just in a bit of good form at the moment.
No,
I haven't seen this before.
Form. I think
when Arsenal weren't doing so well,
he was their best player.
He was last year he was their best player.
Yeah. The year before he was their best player.
I'm more excited by Martinelli. I think he's a better player in terms of what he does to the team. For me, I just think he looks better.
Martinelli goes missing. I see at least once every 2 or 3 games Martinelli goes missing. I never see Saka go missing.
That's the thing. He never goes missing.
He never goes missing. When he has a bad game, he'll still come and draw fouls. He'll still stand up and be counted. He'll still. I remember. I don't remember if you remember. But the I don't know if you remember. Sorry, but we had a conversation about it when Arsenal weren't playing well about 18 months ago, and you were just somehow getting like these little 1-0 results. It was Saka who was pulling you out of holes and getting on the ball, being brave, drawing fouls, winning free kicks in areas, scoring goals, making these runs across that staple run where he goes into his left, that
bait run he was,
but then he comes in onto his right and smashes it across the keeper into that corridor of uncertainty. Like he is just elite in every sense of the word. I can't wait to see what he can do in the Champions League.
I think he's got gears he can go, because I agree, Ralph. He can get more numbers. He's got 6 goals, 7 assists a season Prem, which is good. But you're right. For the amount of good play we have, he can get more numbers. With Saka, right, when he first came in, he wasn't a wonder kid. It was Reece Nelson and Eddie Nketiah who were the wonder kids at Arsenal. He kind of got his, I don't want to sound like Andy Tate, he got his chance in a technicality when he came
started at left back.
Yeah, started at left back, and it was like, okay, filled in there. We were thinking, oh, flip, Tierney's not going to get a game now, right? And then obviously Pepe was stinking up the place, so it's like, okay, go right wing, and he's got better year on year. First seasons, he weren't really getting goals. Now he's getting a few more goals. You know, he came into the England team. Back then, everyone was saying, why is he getting in ahead of Sancho? Yeah. Even me, I was a bit like...
I said it.
Yeah, as an Arsenal fan, I was like, wow, Saka's starting, fairs. And had a good Euros.
Stood up and was counted in that Euros as well.
He just keeps getting better and better and rising to the levels. I didn't think he would be this good. I didn't think he'd be this good. I think he's going to get even better and better, to be honest, man. And
see, with that, right? I'll make it very clear. I don't think he's a crap player by any stretch of imagination. I think he's a very good player. I just don't see the ceiling that everyone else sees on him. I feel like the ceiling for Saka is about where he is now. Okay. And I think there's players who aren't technically probably as good as him right at the moment, but their ceiling is a lot higher than what Saka can bring. And I just think he's having a bit of form that's making people exaggerate what he could potentially be.
What team in the world is he not getting to? Let's be real here.
Real Madrid.
He starts on the right for Real Madrid.
Definitely.
They play Rodrigo there, who isn't even a right winger. He's a left winger, and he plays on the right. Saka starts for Madrid.
Remember when Euros were doing Combined 11 France, and we're talking about Dembele's natural talent being so much better
Saka's
than Saka.
better than Dembele.
Saka's better than Dembele.
He's better than Dembele.
We saw it in that game they played. All these guys are here, right? Because it used to, when the convo was, Bro, it used to be a bit like funny to bring Saka in the Sancho and Foden convo.
Yeah, it did.
Because Sancho and Foden had a better natural talent. And I'm not really sure what that is now, to be fair, because like Sancho's nowhere to be seen, and Foden's a baller, don't get it twisted, but like you watch both teams play, it's not hard to see who's the better player for me. So I don't know, with the ceiling thing, I've always heard that on Saka's name, and he just keeps outdoing the players he gets compared to. That's why I think he's gonna just go on, gonna potentially leave Arsenal to win the Prem this season. I don't really know what more you can say after that, but I get you a little bit. Like he's not got blistering pace. He's fast, but he's not like Rashford fast.
But Messi didn't have blistering pace.
Yeah. Messi had crazy dribbling.
Acceleration and
Messi's acceleration.
Saka's got great acceleration as well.
And look, he's not got the strike of a Salah. Like he can't.
He can't strike a ball like Rashford.
Or
he can't strike.
Yeah.
He can't. No. Yeah. He can't. Again, Green was that was obviously look. Technicalities there. Who knows what would have I rated Greenwood highly? But that was you weren't allowed to bring Saka into those conversations. But I don't know. Right now, I think forget those conversations.
I just think it's a little bit of form. I don't really see the player that I don't.
It can't be form, bro.
It can't be. He's England's best player.
Because it was form when it was Salah, but it's not form when it's.
It was never form when it was Salah. It wasn't ever form with Salah.
I was hearing a lot of form.
Yeah,
but I don't know why he got this.
No, don't get it wrong. The reason why we don't hear it anymore is because Salah's done it consistently. Now he's not doing so well. It's a bit of a question around his name. But he initially everyone was like one season wonder. Then it became
Kane.
That's literally what's happening with Saka right now.
Yeah, people said that with Kane. Do you remember?
One season wonder. That's what happens.
I will eat my words. If Saka does this, he wins the Premier League. Fair enough. I'll give him his flowers. Yeah. If he does this consistently and Arsenal carry on the way they are, and he does this consistently, when he's done it for 3 or 4 years, I hands on heart will eat my words and say, do you know what, I was wrong. Yeah. But for now, I think people are overhyping it. And English people do this all the time with English players. Because he's English, he's now God. And I think a lot of people, I don't know about the foreign comments or think how they view an English player, but I feel like England and English people overhype some of their talent a little bit. Just a little bit. And I think his ceiling isn't as high as people are saying.
I think we do overhype our talents, but then I think a lot of people who aren't English underrate our talents as well. Because...
if they're in any other teams, bro, as you said, they get into most teams.
Bro, if Saka played for Man City, people would say he's the best English player. I think period.
So as well, because
or if he played for Liverpool, people would say it's because he plays for Arsenal and Arsenal haven't yet done it. But the thing is, I can't remember the last time the guy had a bad game. And even the mark of a top player is even when you're not scoring and getting assists, you're still causing problems. You're still getting these dribbles. You're still caught. When was the last time he came up against a left back and they didn't have 3 or 4 fouls against him? Genuinely, he has every single player he plays on skates.
Yeah, he does. And look, he did today. He did with Sessegnon and got the win. But yeah, 8 points clear now. That's the biggest margin Arsenal have had in a leading since 2003-04 season. 47 points. It's no longer a thing of, the squad that's been tested still can be tested, I guess.
I think when there's a consistent Thursday, Sunday with the Europa League, I think when that comes back, I think that will be tested then.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And the things like that, I'll mention again. When they play Champions League football and they're in more cups, they've got more games in a week, and they start getting injuries, it's going to really show or see the level that Arsenal really are at. Because at the moment, I think they've got a bit of luxury. They haven't had many. They've had injuries, but to your main key players like Partey, Odegaard, people like Saka, the injuries haven't been there. When they start playing more games, and they've got to start doing a bit more rotation. We're going to see how really good they are, and if they're actually really there, or if it's just a case of they've got a bit luckier than they usually would be in a season. Let's just be real.
No, I agree. And I don't think the squad depth's great, but it was the same with Liverpool when they went and won the league with however many points they had. They didn't have many injuries. They had no depth really. They were relying a lot on the same players, and they still managed to do it. I think it's but they've got a small squad. There's no doubt about that. But I don't actually look at any of the squads at the moment in the Premier League and think there's a lot of depth. Like Chelsea have loads of players, but all of them are shit.
Yeah.
United don't have any depth.
Fuck Chelsea. Chelsea's shit.
Yeah. United don't really have any depth, I don't think. City don't have a lot of depth. Like you've got like Grealish and people like that. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone in the league who has a lot of depth.
I agree. Like people always like, oh, City's depth is just too much, bro. It's not too much now. It's 8 points behind. I'm personally more worried about Man United than Newcastle than City, bro. I'll be real. United fans don't want me to bring them in the conversation.
They're not
for the title.
They're not.
Well, then United fans are telling me that Arsenal are runaway winners of the league this season. Because I think
runaway winners of the league. You are.
Yeah, to be fair, I think so as well.
So if Man United beat Palace, and then we face you, if we win Tottenham games with 3 points off you,
it's techie.
3 points. You're only 9 points. So let's not get it twisted. That's 9 points in the Premier League. That's 3 games. If you slip up once, and it's about them slip ups. Any injuries, anything that slips up with you. But do you know what? I'll give Arsenal their dues. I don't see it. I see the mentality they've got. Today when that Tottenham fan tried kicking Ramsdale in the head, the mentality. I know that Xhaka lost his head, but you see Arteta with them players, man. I thought he was get a red card for that. He's going mad. But that was stupid. I don't know what my mum was thinking. He had one scarf on. He thought he was that guy, but
bare-faced, no belly or nothing. He's boot him, man.
Doing that. But literally, it's funny how they got cameras for that in VAR, but they didn't have it for the Liverpool Wolves game. But anyway, so I see the mentality of that team, and I think it's the same with Ten Hag. It's a bit of a mentality monster. It's a case of we are going for this. We have got a goal in sight. We're together. We are all one, and we're going to get this Premier League title. And I do believe they're going to do it. They've won games this year that I just think last year or a couple of years ago, Arsenal would have crumbled under this stage, and they would have dropped points here, and they're just not dropping points. And I don't see them dropping points either. That's the thing. I don't see it.
It's definitely interesting because they've got to play City 3 times.
Hate that we drew them in the cup. Man.
Yeah, they've got to play City 3 times, and they've obviously got to play United. I don't think United will win that game. I think that it will either be
it's going to be a stinky draw.
Yeah, I think it will either be a very contentious stinky draw, or it will be an Arsenal win. I don't think United can win that game yet, especially at the Emirates. But
we've got tough games still.
You have got some tough games, but everyone's got tough games. City have to play Spurs. They have to play. Do you know what? Right, Spurs can always get a result against City.
Spurs suit playing City as well.
They do
because of they can fully use their counter attacking on that game. Kane, we saw it last season 3-2.
Dinky ball, man.
So I don't know. I look at it and I'm like, we're nearly at game 19. We've played 18. The Spurs played 19, and we've played everyone. We ain't played City yet, but we're looking better than City. I'll be shocked, to be fair, if we don't win the Premier this season because,
clip that.
I'll be astonished, bro, because it's gonna take a bottle job. And if we don't, next week's a techie game, and for some reason, when we come up against this team, sometimes, bro, Man United, it just gets funny. And Emirates sometimes as well. Old Trafford all the time. It just gets funny. We saw that. Should have had the 1-0, but obviously Fergie's back paying the ref, so Martinelli's goal didn't count. But anyway,
Webb's head of the refereeing committee now, isn't he? United are back, bro.
There we go, man. There we go. Look, the United Arsenal days. I think they're back, man.
Rashford is on you for real.
I think. Ten Hag said when he came in, all eras come to an end. I didn't think it'd be this bloody quick. I'll be completely real. I didn't think
it's quick, bro.
It's been quick.
Pep created 2 monsters, bro.
He created
and Arteta and Ten Hag. I can't lie.
Yeah.
The apprentices have become the masters now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
They absolutely have.